Hi, Charles. Trish, it's nice to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Why don't you grab a seat?
Okay.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to stop in today. I understand that you wanted to drop.
Yeah, I need to withdraw from my classes today. That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go ahead and do that for you, and I'll get you a copy of your confirmation.
Okay,
Sound
good. Sounds good.
Okay, awesome.
Step 1. Engage. This step identifies the initial communication when a student reaches out to Bellevue University to withdraw or drop from his or her courses or program, and the actions are as follows. 1. Position the opening. Inform the student that the Bellevue University representative recognizes the student's desire and or need to withdraw or drop from his or her courses or program. 2. Propose an agenda. Inform the student approximately how long the conversation will take and what will be discussed. 3. State the value to the student. Inform the student how the withdrawal or drop conversation will benefit him or her. 4. Check for acceptance. Reinforce the agenda and allow the student to add items to the proposed agenda.
Charles, I'm so glad that you had an opportunity to come in and meet with me today. It's unfortunate. I heard that you wanted to drop from the term. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, I need to step away right now. A little busy at work, so need to withdraw from classes today.
Okay. In the next few minutes, what I'd like to do is go over the financial and academic ramifications to withdrawing from the term. I'd really like to also discuss the potential solutions to you wanting to actually withdraw from the term, and just to see if we can come up with another solution. Having all this information is going to ensure that you will make a well-informed decision and that you can avoid any academic or financial ramifications, as I mentioned before. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I have 5-10 minutes. Yeah, sounds good.
Great. So how does that sound, Charles?
Sounds good. I have 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah.
Great. So why don't we talk just a little bit before I go into the financial or academic ramifications about what's going on with your schedule. And you had mentioned previously on the phone call to me about your time management. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm just swamped at work, and I just don't think I'll be able to finish the class this term, so I just want to drop.
Oh, that's really too bad. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and process that drop.
Great.
Step 2. Discovery. This step seeks to examine why the student wants to withdraw or drop from his or her courses or program through a process of inclusive probing questions to discover the root cause, and the actions are as follows. 1. Begin with an open-ended question, such as, "So, what's going on?" 2. Ask follow-up questions to discover the root cause of why the student would like to withdraw or drop from his or her course or program. For example, "So, tell me more about what you are experiencing." 3. Check for understanding by restating the student's reasons for withdrawing or dropping. Examples are, "What I'm hearing you say is that correct?" Please note, it is often necessary to ask multiple probing questions to discover the underlying reason the student is wishing to discontinue his or her course or program.
So how does that sound?
Yeah, I have about 5 or 10 minutes. That sounds good.
Great. So talk to me a little bit about why you wanted to drop today.
Really, I just said don't have enough time to come to class, do the work, so my time is pretty tight, so kind of my only reason.
What kind of schedule would you like to have?
It's not so much the schedule, it's just, with my work schedule, I work 8 to 5, but it's pretty tight, and then my family as well, so My time management is fairly good, but I think I might be overextending myself taking a class, so it's kind of why I'm in today, just to drop and kind of reassess everything.
Okay, well, before we go further and talk about like the academic and financial ramifications, you just mentioned to me that you have a lot on your plate in your work schedule. So if your work schedule, you said you work 8 to 5, is that correct?
Yes.
And do you have support at home to help you with academics?
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
That's fantastic. In our previous conversations, you and I had spoken about the support system that you had, and I thought that was fantastic. And I just wanted to reiterate that if you have a support system and your schedule seems to be okay, then what else is going on that you really wanted to drop?
Well, really, a couple weeks in class, it's a little bit more to the writing. Just a lot of papers in the class, and just my time to get those done, I don't think I'll be able to do it.
So is it the amount of time that is needed, or are you having trouble with the writing?
Kind of having trouble with the writing as well. I've been out of school for a little bit, so I'm not really up to speed on some of the current writing styles, and I think that might hurt me a little bit. So yeah, a little bit of the writing style I have some struggles with.
Well, the great thing, Charles, is you came into the right place. That's great, Charles, that you came to the right place. There's a few things that you could do to help you with your writing. I would recommend going ahead and checking out the website. If you go to the Bellevue University website, there's lots of information on there about writing. You can also go to Amazon, I think, and they might have like an APA format. Is that what your professor wants? I'm not quite sure.
I think so. I don't know for sure, but I guess I could take a look at the website.
Okay, well, check with your professor and then you should be good, okay?
Okay.
Step 3. Remotivate to retain. The goal in this step is to become a trusted advisor for the student and make him or her aware of the financial and academic ramifications, as well as discovering the possible solutions for keeping the student on his or her degree path. 1. Discuss academic ramifications. Use the current tools and processes to inform the student of the potential grade impact and degree plan changes. 2. Discuss financial ramifications. Refer to the appropriate refund calculator tool to inform the student of potential percentages that will be owed to Bellevue University on the date the withdrawal or drop occurs. 3. Support the root cause. Assist with potential solutions that can keep the student on his or her degree path. 4. Ask for a final decision. Confirm the information you have is correct about the student's decision to either proceed with the withdrawal or drop process or stay enrolled in his or her courses.
Well, it's great, Charles, you came to the right place. What I'm hearing you say is that you're actually, it's been a while since you've been in class, and that you probably a little rough around the edges with writing style and a lot of the new requirements for your paperwork for classes. So if you're not aware, we have the Writing Center here on campus, and I can get you all of their contact information before the end of today, and then that way you can contact them and meet up with them, and they'd be great guidance for you to be able to kind of review all that information necessary to complete your papers. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. Yeah, I'd appreciate the information.
Excellent. I also am going to go ahead and include Rachel Davis. She is the tutoring and study skills manager, and she would be another great resource to be able to utilize here on campus, just to help with time management and just some quick tips about, studying and how to keep up with your class. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
Great. Now, what I'd really like to go through with you is just to make sure that you understand the academic ramifications of withdrawing today. If you choose to go ahead and withdraw, then you have two results could happen. One, if you choose to withdraw, then you'll end up with a W on your record. If you were to remain in the class and not be able to utilize the resources available to you, then you could potentially get an F. And that, again, you are fully aware that that's going to affect your GPA. And I really know from our previous conversations that you wanted to earn your honors. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, I absolutely cannot get enough.
Okay, so at least we're keeping you on track. And by remaining in your classes today, then that will help you keep on track in completing your goals. The next piece that I want to really cover with you is the financial ramifications. If you were to go ahead and withdraw today, not only would you get the W on your transcripts, but if we take a moment to calculate it, we can determine what percentage you would actually owe for your class.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Charles, so as you can see, now that you have all the proper information, you would owe 40% if you were to drop today. That's approximately $960 of this term, plus you would get a W on your transcript. So would you like to go ahead and proceed with withdrawing today, or would you like to try and stay on track with your academics, and we can get you again set up with those resources available to help you keep on track?
Yeah, I think with the resources, I actually like to stay in class. You know, especially with that amount, I think with some of these extra resources, it would help me kind of manage my time and get my paper writing skills up to speed. So, yeah, actually, I'd like to stay in class.
That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is get you that information. I'll hand it over to you, and then I'm going to also send you an email just confirming that you decided to stay in classes this term, along with that same information. And then you'll have my contact information again, just in case you have any questions. And please don't hesitate to contact me if you do have anything that you need help with this term, okay?
Absolutely, and I really appreciate your help today.
Sure, thank you. Charles, now that you know all the information, would you like to go ahead and proceed with withdrawing today, or would you like to go ahead and stay in your classes and stay on track?
Yeah, I just want to drop my classes. I just want to drop.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop you, and I'll send you an email confirmation, and if you decide to ever come back, you can just look me up, okay?
All right.
All right, thanks.
Step 4. Withdraw with intrusive follow-up and document. If the student decides that withdrawing or dropping from his or her current courses or program is the best option, the academic advisor or admissions counselor will perform the necessary drop process. The goal of this step is to not only withdraw or drop a student, but also to set a proactive plan for assisting him or her with a plan for continuing to reach his or her educational goals. If after proper counseling, the student still wishes to withdraw or drop, the primary goal is to re-register the student for the next available term. Please refer to your Persistence Intervention Counseling Knowledge Pack for additional information on the withdraw, intrusive follow-up with recommended task date guidelines, as well as documentation for location, note subject heading, and note details.
So Charles, knowing all of that information, would you like to go ahead and proceed with withdrawing, or would you like to stay in classes?
I think I'd still like to withdraw today.
Well, sure. That's really unfortunate, but I'd really like to keep you on track. You and I have worked very closely over the last year and a half, and I know that you are very serious about completing your academics. And since that's important to you, it's important to me. What I'd like to do is, since registration is open for the fall term, would you like to go ahead and get registered now, and then we'll go ahead and process your drop at the same time. So you'll be dropped from this term, we can get you set up for next term, and that way we'll keep you on track from the degree plan we created. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I didn't even know we could do that. So yeah, that'd be great if I could get my seat in class now. Might give me some time to get my time in order and get myself ready to go for the next term. So yeah, that would be great.
Sure, excellent. So let's go ahead and get you registered now.
Okay.
Okay, so Charles, now that you're all registered and you're ready to go for fall term, I'm going to go ahead and send you an email just with a confirmation of your registration, as well as I'm going to go ahead and include the resources that we talked about earlier, the Writing Center, as well as the as Rachel Davis information. That way you have that and you can utilize it between now and then and help get you prepared for the fall term. Does that sound like a plan?
that sounds phenomenal. I'm so happy I came in today, and I really appreciate all your help and the information.
Well, sure. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you a call in a couple of weeks just to follow up and see how you're doing. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Charles. I really appreciate it.
And thank you. I appreciate all your help.